Commando, 1985, exploded onto the big screen nearly 40 years ago, cementing itself as one of the most iconic action films of the decade. With its larger-than-life hero John Matrix, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and an unforgettable mix of adrenaline-pumping sequences and witty one-liners, the film left a lasting impression on audiences worldwide. But what happened to the cast who brought this classic to life? From Schwarzenegger's transformation into a global superstar and political figure to Don Chong's versatile career, Alyssa Milano's rise as a beloved TV actress, and the paths taken by the supporting stars, their journeys have been as fascinating as the movie itself. Now, in 2024, we take a look at where the stars of Commando are today, uncovering surprising turns, lasting legacies, and moments that have shaped their lives over the decades. Drew Snider, born on September 25, 1946, was 39 years old when he appeared in Commando, 1985, as Lawson. Lawson's role, though brief, was pivotal in setting the stage for the action that follows, as his character's death at the hands of mercenaries ignites the urgency in the plot. Snider's portrayal of a man caught in the wrong place at the wrong time added to the film's intensity. While Snider had a long career in film and television, his personal life was marked by struggles with alcohol, which affected both his career and relationships. Though married, Snider faced difficulties in maintaining lasting connections, and his career didn't consistently take off in the way some had hoped. His most significant roles were often smaller parts, though he worked steadily in the industry. Tragically, Snider's life came to a sudden end on January 4, 2013, when he passed away unexpectedly at the age of 66. Bill Paxton, born on May 17, 1955, in Fort Worth, Texas, was 30 years old when he appeared in Commando, 1985, as an intercept officer, a small but pivotal role in the film's high-stakes military scenes. Paxton's early years were shaped by a fascination with cinema, but his journey to stardom was far from smooth. His career began with humble jobs in set decoration before he transitioned to acting, facing years of rejection and financial struggles. Paxton's personal life was marked by heartbreak, including a failed first marriage and struggles to balance his career with his family. He later found happiness in his second marriage to Louise Newberry, with whom he had 2 children, James and Lydia. However, his life was riddled with challenges, including a near-fatal car accident, professional setbacks during the early 1990s, and health issues later in life. Tragically, complications from heart surgery claimed his life on February 25, 2017, at the age of 61, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable roles in films like Aliens, Twister, and Titanic. Charles Meshack, born on January 27, 1945, was 40 years old when he portrayed Henriquez in Commando, 1985. Raised in a working-class family in the segregated South, Meshack faced adversity from an early age. He moved to Los Angeles in the 1960s, seeking opportunities in Hollywood, but found his career limited to small roles in action films and television. Despite his talents, racial barriers in the industry hindered his progress, leaving him frustrated and disillusioned. Married once, his union ended bitterly due to financial stress and Meshack's struggles with alcoholism. He had 1 daughter, but their relationship became estranged over the years. His later life was marked by declining health, exacerbated by years of heavy drinking and financial instability. Meshack passed away on October 5, 2006, at the age of 61, largely forgotten by the industry. However, his contributions to films like Commando are remembered by those who appreciate the dedication of actors who never reached widespread fame. James Olsen was born on October 8, 1930, in the United States, making him 55 years old when he played the role of Major General Franklin Kirby in Commando, 1985. His portrayal of Kirby, Matrix's former superior, showcased a calm, authoritative figure who played a pivotal role in helping Matrix navigate the mission to save his daughter. However, Olsen's career and life were far from perfect. Although he found success in Hollywood, Olsen faced personal setbacks, including a difficult relationship with his family and several failed marriages. He married twice, but both unions ended in divorce, leaving him with a sense of isolation in his personal life. Olsen also experienced periods of financial instability, having to take on various lesser roles after his peak years in the industry. Tragedy struck him in the 1990s when he lost a son, a devastating blow that overshadowed much of his work. Despite his enduring presence in film, the actor faced many years of personal grief and tragically passed away on April 17, 2022, at the age of 91. Nick Dimitri, born on December 27, 1932, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was 52 years old when he played a guerrilla guarding plane in Commando, 1985. His rugged appearance and imposing physique made him a sought-after stuntman and actor in Hollywood. Despite his tough guy image, Dimitri's early life was scarred by family instability, including a father who abandoned the family and a mother who struggled to make ends meet. His career took off in the 1960s, but it came at the cost of personal sacrifices. Dimitri's marriage to actress Susan Shaw ended bitterly after years of tension over his dangerous profession and long absences. The couple had one son, Michael, who struggled with substance abuse, further straining their relationship. Dimitri endured financial troubles in the 1980s after a series of failed investments and declining stunt opportunities. His later years were marked by declining health, including a battle with Parkinson's disease. Nick Dimitri passed away on October 20, 2021, at the age of 88, remembered as a Hollywood workhorse who never fully received the recognition he deserved. Arnold Schwarzenegger, born July 30, 1947, in Thal, Austria, was 38 when he starred as John Matrix in Commando. Matrix, a retired Special Forces colonel on a mission to rescue his kidnapped daughter, cemented Arnold's status as an action icon with his charisma, strength, and unforgettable one-liners. Growing up in post-war Austria, Arnold faced a strict, abusive father and economic hardship, which fueled his determination to succeed. Moving to the U.S. as a young man, he became a champion bodybuilder before transitioning to acting and dominating Hollywood with films like The Terminator and Predator. Despite his professional triumphs, Arnold's personal life was fraught with difficulties. His high-profile marriage to journalist Maria Shriver ended after revelations of an affair with the family's housekeeper, which resulted in a child. This scandal shook his public image and strained his relationships, though he remains close to his 5 children. Today, at 77, Arnold continues acting, advocates for environmental causes, and reflects on a legacy marked by triumphs, controversies, and resilience. Vernon Wells was born on December 31, 1945, in Australia, making him 39 years old when he portrayed the ruthless Bennett in Commando, 1985. As the main antagonist, Bennett was a former member of John Matrix's elite military team who turns mercenary after betrayal, adding a sense of personal vendetta to his character. His performance was chilling, with Bennett's psychotic and obsessive nature making him a villain that audiences still remember. Unfortunately, Wells' own life had its share of dark moments. Throughout his career, he faced financial difficulties, and despite his early fame and iconic roles like this one, his professional life didn't always reflect the same level of success. He was also involved in a tumultuous marriage which ended in a bitter divorce, and he struggled with bouts of depression over the years. While his acting career was steady, Wells often had to cope with the frustration of being typecast as a villain, limiting the range of roles he could take on. Currently, at 78 years old, he still works occasionally in film and television, but his life has not been without its challenges. Dan Adaa, born July 24, 1940, was 45 when he played Arius, the calculating ex-dictator and villain in Commando. Adaa's intense, commanding presence made him a standout antagonist, and his ability to portray morally complex characters brought depth to films like Blood Simple and The Addams Family. His acting career, spanning decades, often saw him cast as a character actor rather than a leading man, a reality he embraced but which sometimes limited his visibility in Hollywood. In his personal life, Adaa endured significant challenges, including the loss of his first wife to cancer, an event that left a lasting emotional impact. He eventually remarried, but balancing family commitments and a demanding career proved difficult. Despite these struggles, Adaa remained dedicated to his craft, continuing to act into his later years. At 84, he is semi-retired, living a quieter life while occasionally appearing in roles that showcase his rich experience and talent, earning him the respect of peers and audiences alike. Don Chong, born February 28, 1961, was 24 when she played Cindy in Commando. Cindy, a flight attendant caught up in Matrix's mission, brought both humor and heart to the action-packed film. Ray's career began with acclaim in films like Quest for Fire, for which she won a Genie Award, and The Color Purple, but she struggled with typecasting and the limited roles available for women of color. Her personal life also faced hurdles, including a brief marriage to actor C. Thomas Howell, which ended in divorce, and complicated family dynamics with her father, Tommy Chong, whose fame and legal troubles often overshadowed her own career. Ray also dealt with mental health struggles and professional setbacks, which led to periods of relative obscurity in Hollywood. Despite these challenges, she has found purpose in smaller acting roles and creative projects. Now 63, she remains a vibrant, reflective figure, admired for her perseverance and ability to adapt to the changing tides of her career and life. David Patrick Kelly, born on January 23, 1951, in the United States, was 34 years old when he played Sully, one of the villainous henchmen in Commando, 1985. Kelly's performance as the arrogant and sleazy Sully added a unique charm to the movie, bringing both menace and humor to his character. However, his own life has not been without hardships. While he gained recognition in Hollywood, Kelly struggled to find roles that matched the notoriety of Sully. His personal life faced turmoil as well, having experienced multiple failed relationships and a difficult period of depression in the 1990s. At one point, Kelly was forced to step away from acting to focus on his mental health and well-being. Despite the challenges, he found solace in his work as a voice actor, a field that gave him more stability and allowed him to continue his craft. Kelly remains a respected figure in the industry, now 73 years old, though his journey has been marked by personal struggles that he continues to navigate with resilience. Bill Duke, born on February 26, 1943, in Poughkeepsie, New York, was 42 years old when he played Cook in Commando, 1985. Cook is a mercenary and former Green Beret who becomes one of John Matrix's primary antagonists. Duke's role as the menacing and skilled mercenary left a lasting impression on audiences, adding to the movie's intensity. Known for his towering stature and deep voice, Duke's career spanned both acting and directing. While his professional life was marked by a range of roles, from villainous characters to authoritative figures, Duke faced personal challenges in the form of racism and the difficulty of being a black actor in Hollywood during a time when opportunities for black men were limited. His relationship struggles and personal life were often overshadowed by his dedication to his craft, though he did marry actress and model, but they eventually parted ways. His career saw both high points and times of obscurity, with struggles to find roles after his most iconic parts, including Cook. At 81 years old, Bill Duke continues to work in the entertainment industry and remains a respected figure. Michael Delano, born on September 26, 1940, was 45 years old when he portrayed Forrestal in the 1985 action classic Commando. Forrestal, a car salesman, tragically meets a violent end at the hands of the mercenary Cook, a fate that Delano's character helplessly succumbs to. Michael's career spanned multiple decades, but the role of Forrestal was one of his most memorable, adding dark humor to the film's relentless action. His personal life, however, was marked by hardship. Delano struggled with multiple personal tragedies, including a difficult marriage that ended in divorce after several years. He had 2 children, but his relationships remained strained, leading to a sense of isolation as he grew older. His career also faced ups and downs, with some of his later roles failing to match the success of his earlier work. Now at the age of 85, Delano remains somewhat private, and little is known about his current endeavors. However, his legacy in Commando endures, even though the actor has faded from the spotlight. Alyssa Milano, born on December 19, 1972, was only 12 years old when she starred as Jenny Matrix in the 1985 action movie Commando. Jenny, the daughter of John Matrix, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is kidnapped by mercenaries, setting off the events of the film. Milano's portrayal of the young girl was both vulnerable and resilient, and it showcased her early acting skills. However, the early fame that came with Commando wasn't always easy. As a child star, Milano faced the pressures of growing up in the spotlight, which took a toll on her mental well-being. Throughout her career, she struggled with the transition from child star to adult actress, facing typecasting and challenges in finding diverse roles. Milano's personal life has also seen turmoil, particularly with relationships that didn't last, including a marriage to musician St. Tate, which ended in divorce. Despite these challenges, Milano has carved out a career as an activist, using her platform to fight for women's rights and other causes. As of now, at 51 years old, she continues to be involved in acting, advocacy, and her family life. George Fisher, born June 3, 1937, was 48 when he appeared as a mall security guard in Commando. In the film, George displayed remarkable professionalism on set, and his role added authenticity to the iconic mall scene. His entry into acting came from a desire to escape a tumultuous childhood marked by poverty and parental neglect. Although his early success suggested a promising career, George struggled with the transition to adulthood in Hollywood. A string of minor roles left him frustrated, and he eventually left acting to focus on personal stability. George faced further challenges, including a failed marriage and battles with substance abuse, which derailed his ambitions. Now 87, he works as a counselor for troubled teens, using his experiences to guide others through adversity, and has found a sense of purpose beyond the entertainment industry. Bob Miner, born on January 1, 1944, was 41 years old when he played Jackson in Commando. Jackson, a former member of John Matrix's elite team, briefly makes an appearance in the film before meeting his end in one of the movie's many explosive action scenes. Miner, a seasoned stuntman and actor, is known for his physicality and commitment to his roles, even in fleeting moments. Off-screen, Bob's life has been characterized by a series of unfortunate events. Despite his success in Hollywood, his personal life was turbulent, marked by a rocky marriage that ended in divorce. He fathered 2 children, but his relationship with them became strained as his career faltered. Miner faced financial struggles in the later years of his life, with his work as a stuntman becoming less frequent. As of today, at 80 years old, Bob remains out of the limelight, living a quiet life away from public attention, but his contributions to action films like Commando continue to be remembered by fans of the genre. Walter Scott, born July 20, 1940, was 45 when he played Cates, a security officer in Commando. A renowned stuntman, Walter had an impressive career performing daring feats in films like The Towering Inferno and Back to the Future. However, his life behind the scenes was fraught with difficulties. Growing up in a broken home, Walter found solace in physical pursuits but struggled with financial instability early in his career. His marriage to a fellow stunt performer ended in divorce, leaving him to raise 2 children, Mark and Lisa, as a single father while managing a demanding and dangerous profession. A devastating onset injury in the late 1990s ended his stunt career prematurely, leaving him with chronic pain and mobility issues. Now 84, Walter lives in quiet retirement, reflecting on a career marked by both triumphs and hardships, and remains an advocate for improved safety measures in the stunt industry. Gary Carlos Cervantes, born on January 24, 1953, was 32 years old when he portrayed Diaz in Commando. As one of the henchmen working for the villainous Arias, Cervantes' character is a key player in the kidnapping of Jenny Matrix. His performance in the film adds a sense of menace to the mercenary team, showcasing his ability to play antagonistic roles with ease. However, Cervantes' life outside of acting has been marked by personal tragedy and hardship. His career, while promising, never fully took off in the way many had hoped. Cervantes faced the devastating loss of his mother early in life, an event that deeply affected his mental health and his ability to find stable footing in Hollywood. His romantic life also saw its fair share of struggles. Cervantes married but faced challenges with infidelity and eventual separation. He has one child, though their relationship has been strained over the years. Now at 71 years old, Cervantes lives a quieter life, largely avoiding the public eye. Phil Adams, born on January 1, 1944, was 41 years old when he appeared as an officer in the Galleria in Commando, 1985. Known more for his stunt work than his acting, Adams had a life filled with physical challenges, which were both a blessing and a curse. Growing up in a modest household in California, he discovered his passion for action and began working in Hollywood as a stuntman, risking his safety in countless dangerous sequences. Despite a solid career in the background, Adams struggled with recognition and financial security. His marriage was equally turbulent. He wed his high school sweetheart but divorced after a decade, leaving him estranged from his two children, Jason and Emily. Adams faced multiple health issues due to his demanding career, including a serious back injury that left him temporarily paralyzed in the late 1990s. Although he recovered, he was forced to retire early, leading to bouts of depression. Now 80 years old, Adams lives a quiet life in Arizona, far removed from the limelight he once sought. Chelsea Field, born May 27, 1957, was 28 when she portrayed Vicky, the Western flight attendant in Commando. Vicky's brief but memorable role highlighted her ability to bring subtlety to even minor characters. Chelsea's life, however, has seen its share of challenges. Growing up in a modest household, she worked tirelessly to break into Hollywood. Her career flourished with roles in Masters of the Universe and The Last Boy Scout, but she often struggled to secure leading parts. In her personal life, Chelsea married actor Scott Bakula, with whom she shares two sons, Will and Owen, but the pressures of balancing work and family caused significant strain on their relationship. Chelsea also faced financial uncertainty during periods of limited work, and a battle with a serious illness in her 40s further tested her resilience. Now 67, she has retired from acting and enjoys a quieter life focused on her family and personal well-being. Branscom Richmond, born on August 8, 1955, was 30 years old when he played Vega, one of Matrix's fierce adversaries, in Commando, 1985. Growing up in a family steeped in Polynesian culture, Richmond found himself caught between preserving his heritage and pursuing his dreams in Hollywood. While he became known for his roles as tough, physical characters, his career often kept him in the shadow of larger stars. His personal life was equally challenging. Richmond married young but faced financial pressures that strained his marriage, leading to a separation after the birth of his son, Kai. His career took a major hit in the early 2000s when a car accident left him with permanent injuries, effectively ending his stunt work. Struggling with chronic pain and depression, he turned to teaching young actors and stunt performers, finding some solace in mentoring others. At 69, Richmond lives in Hawaii, where he maintains a low profile, grateful for his family but haunted by the limitations his injuries placed on his once vibrant career. Thomas Rosales Jr., born on February 3, 1948, in El Paso, Texas, was 37 years old when he portrayed a young guerrilla in Commando, 1985, one of the countless enemies faced by John Matrix. Rosales grew up in a tough neighborhood, where his childhood was marked by poverty and the loss of his father at a young age. Determined to escape a life of hardship, he found his way into Hollywood as a stuntman, often risking his life for action-packed scenes in films like RoboCop 2 and The Running Man. While his career brought excitement and stability, his personal life was not as fortunate. A tumultuous marriage ended in divorce, leaving him to raise his two children, Melissa and Robert, as a single father. Rosales also survived multiple on-set accidents that left him with lifelong injuries. Now 76 years old, he lives quietly in California, occasionally mentoring young stunt performers but grappling with the physical toll of his career and a lingering sense of unfulfilled dreams. Ava Cael, born on June 15, 1955, was 28 when she appeared as the girl in bed at the motel in Commando, 1985. Born in Budapest, Hungary, Cael's childhood was marked by the political turmoil of post-war Europe, which eventually forced her family to emigrate to the United States. She pursued a career in acting and appeared in small roles like this one, but her journey in Hollywood was fraught with frustration as she was often typecast in superficial roles. Despite her outward glamour, Cael's personal life was complex. Her marriage to a fellow actor ended in a bitter divorce after allegations of infidelity, and she never had children. She reinvented herself later as a sexologist, gaining a new kind of fame, but her path to this career was marred by years of self-doubt and financial struggles. At 69, Cael remains active in her work as an educator and therapist, using her experiences to inspire others while reflecting on the difficult choices that shaped her life. Sharon Wyatt, born on February 13, 1953, was 32 years old when she played Leslie in Commando, 1985. Known primarily for her role as Tiffany Hill on General Hospital, Wyatt entered the world of acting after a tumultuous upbringing in Tennessee, where her parents' divorce left her with a fractured family life. Her career peaked in the 1980s, but her success in soap operas overshadowed the struggles she faced behind the scenes. Wyatt experienced a short and difficult marriage that ended in separation, leaving her without children, a regret she has spoken about in interviews. Professionally, she encountered significant setbacks as her roles dwindled in the 1990s, forcing her to take a step back from the industry. Financial instability and health issues, including a severe car accident that left her recovering for months, added to her hardships. Now 71, Wyatt lives a quiet life in the southeastern United States, occasionally making public appearances but mostly staying away from the limelight. Nero, born on June 22, 1952, played the role of a police officer in Commando, 1985. Though his role was minor, it helped ground the film in a gritty, believable reality. Born in the mid-20th century, Danny's life was one of fleeting success and enduring struggle. He grew up in a modest household, often overshadowed by financial difficulties and a strained relationship with his family. Entering Hollywood as a character actor, Nero's career never gained significant traction, with most of his roles being minor and uncredited. Off-screen, his personal life was equally challenging. A short-lived marriage ended in divorce, leaving him distanced from his two children, who reportedly had little contact with him in his later years. Battling depression and financial instability, Nero withdrew from public life after the 1990s. He is now 70 and despite being retired, those who remember him regard his contributions to films like Commando as an example of the unsung work of supporting actors. Dick Warlock, born on February 5, 1940, brought his expertise as a stuntman to his brief role as an officer in the mall in Commando, 1985, when he was 45 years old. Famous for playing Michael Myers in Halloween 2, 1981, Warlock was a revered figure in the stunt community, known for his resilience and precision. However, his personal life was far more turbulent. Raised in Ohio during a time of economic hardship, Warlock endured a difficult childhood marked by frequent relocations and an absent father. His demanding career in stunts led to multiple injuries, including broken bones and concussions, which took a significant toll on his health. Married and the father of 3 children, his family life suffered under the weight of his professional commitments, eventually leading to divorce. Financial pressures and declining health in his later years forced Warlock into a quieter life. Now 84 years old, he resides in California, living modestly and reflecting on a career that, while legendary, came at great personal cost. Who is your favorite character from Commando? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.